right, we are live. Why is your mic so hot?
I don't know. Probably because I haven't been talking into it. Oh, wait. You know what? I bet that is actually...
I could get.
Hold on.
Oh, goodness.
It's not even that hot. I know what it is. Hold on. Let me just... Settings.
I can literally, hear your air conditioner.
Well, also it's Florida.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. I don't know, because my mic is fucking hot. I don't know. Oh, it's not my air conditioner. It's my fucking laptop freaking out because I've got the browser open and PC Building Simulator running.
Wow. I'm going to turn you down a little bit.
All right, let me check my... Which one's the gain?
The one labeled gain?
There's no labels, dickhead. There's only pictures.
Oh, my God.
And when I hover over them, it says click to mute.
I literally had to turn you down to 30% to keep you manageable.
What about now? What does that do?
You're still super loud. Hold on. I'll share my screen so I can show you exactly what you need to do.
I just lost all sound in my monitors too. That's weird. Oh, now I can hear myself.
All right, hang on.
Input gain. There we go.
There
Is that
you
better?
go. Much fucking better.
Yeah, it was at 39 decibels. I'm going to put it to 17.
Hold on. Yeah.
Is that better?
Oh, so much fucking better. Oh my goodness. All right, hold on. Let me turn you back up then.
I was doing an ASMR TikTok.
Were you really?
No.
Oh my God. Okay.
It's just that sometimes when I want to have music playing on my laptop, I just unplug my microphone so it's easier than going into settings and switching it over to the speakers and shit.
So you do a DJ and unplug everything all the time?
Not all the time.
Yeah.
Just when I want to play music.
Thank you.
Because I don't want to go into settings and be like, oh, now we're going to change the output to onboard speakers.
It's 2 clicks, dude.
Well, it's also just one pluck. And now I can use my speakers.
Anyways. Welcome, everybody or nobody, to the Educational Friday show, where we talk about things that we care about and are educated enough about to pass on knowledge to you guys. And to start off this week, we did take 2 weeks off, mostly because it's just been a hefty 2 weeks. Hell, today for the dead man has been a hefty goddamn day. It has not been fun. But we're not going to let that stop us. We're not going to miss another show. In fact,
Hefty.
yeah, the idea that we missed 2 in a row is kind of more than sits with me. However, let's go ahead and... Hey, Mike Smith.
I knew he'd show up.
Click. Come on, Gray.
Hey, I actually got the stream started today and made the posts, and I figured out how to share the window for the PC
really
building platform.
Mike, I'm glad you're here. I was actually about to get into your email. Nope. I did not get new glasses. I factory reset my beard.
Oh, that's right. I'm supposed to be wearing my glasses on the educational stream. Hold on.
Yeah, I factory reset my beard. I look like Penn Jillette's Mexican cousin.
I would say, don't I look smarter? But then you would just say, no, we can still see your face. So I already know how it goes.
Actually, I'd say yeah. Then you started talking.
Hey! Hey, that's just proof that light travels faster than sound. I was
Yep.
really bright until I spoke.
So, Mike is one of our favorite people here. He emailed us a little conundrum here. A
Okay.
couple of questions about auto tune, Ozzy Osbourne, and deepfakes. So I wanted to address a couple of these because actually it's really interesting. They kind of tickled my brain. Could a tone deaf person sing a song and the auto tune make them sound like Ozzy? Believe it or not, tone deaf people really can sing songs, and some of them can actually sing pitch perfect. How? I don't know. I'm not aware, but they do it.
Well,
I
was that one Asian guy that failed from that fucking singing show, and then
Hung.
instead he
Yeah.
William Hung. Yeah, he still got an entire album made and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
Curtains keep falling down. Sorry for the
bangs.
yell. I have no idea who you're yelling at. Number two, if a woman sings it, could autotune make them sound like Ozzy? Believe it or not, sort of. That's going to take a lot of processing power and a lot of a lot of computing work to do, because honestly, the timbre of somebody's voice is hard to mimic outside of autotune. Number three, if Elton remade Division,
Elton John.
and
Yeah.
now this is today, and Ozzy re-released Destiny, would we be able to hear the difference? Never mind, Destiny and Division are the same. Like,
And that's how you know he actually listens to the
and
show.
yeah, I'm gonna shake you, Mike. I swear to Christ. Secondly, let's presume it's 5 years after the death of Ozzy. I go into a rant there.
Right?
Yeah.
I read this email and I was like, what? What?
Someone writes a song that sounds like Ozzy both musically and lyrically. The song is made. If they release it from the vault, a lie, will the public accept it? They admit the trick of technology. Does the public accept it? So the problem with releasing anything posthumously for an artist is legal issues. That is your biggest obstacle when it comes to anything posthumously, because you have to go through even if they're in on it, they're still gonna have to clear the material to be released through their artist's name. So that's a whole lot of lawyer stuff that they're gonna do. More than likely, they wouldn't release it as one from the vaults. More than likely, what they would do is they would do like a tribute sound, or they'd be like, "Oh, look at this impersonator. We've seen it done with Freddie Mercury. We covered a guy a little while ago that sounds exactly like Freddie, and he's now part of a Queen tribute band and actually sings with Queen every now and again." And they admit it is a trick of technology. Does the public accept it? Once again, I don't believe, legally speaking, it would get that far. And the reason was because of all the red tape that would have to get through to release a song under that artist's name.
Well, as far as song goes, using a trick of technology to sound like someone, I feel like the public would accept it because they've actually reconstructed Val Kilmer's voice from just him speaking from all of his old movies and stuff.
Yeah.
And honestly, I was absolutely touched by that. And I totally accepted the fact that it was just technology recreating his voice.
Yeah.
I thought it was great.
If the estate needs money, the estate could absolutely do stuff like license out the image, or if they have enough people doing it, could actually compile an album to be released. You know what I mean? Like a lot of stuff like that. They deep fake Val Kilmer. Well, no, they gave him his voice back. He doesn't have a voice anymore.
Yeah. Throat cancer and all. Big ass hole right there.
Last time he talked, though, he was in a movie and he sounded not good.
Yeah. But you know what? He's doing okay. He lives on a ranch and he herds bison, and he says he does that because that's what he's always wanted to do and it makes him happy. And he sells artwork. One day I'm going to get a Val Kilmer original artwork.
That would be neat.
I want to get his Batman fucking spray paint on metal.
Oh no!
It's going to be cool.
Holy rusted metal, Batman. What?
Exactly. That's what I thought too. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Except that was the George Clooney Batman where he
Yeah.
said that.
All right, so there's that. Let's do.
Does eating too much kitty cat give you throat cancer? Hey.
It
Now, are we
can.
talking like actual cats? Because I'm not that kind of Asian. Or are we talking like Kit Kat, wink, elbow?
Wink.
Because never mind. The whole world can see this. All 7 people that watch our shows.
Yeah, HPV can cause cancer. I don't know if that's exactly what he joked, but I'd make the joke. I was like, I was eating it while HPV was still becoming a thing.
You merely adapted to HPV.
I helped culture it, shape it. HPV spread amongst my teeth. Oh my God. All right, I'm sorry. I'm just getting a couple of things here. So that way we have some. We'll do that. We'll do that one. All right. So today we're talking mostly about computers. Now that that's out of the way,
Which
we're
is
talking
perfect
about,
because auto-tune fed right into that.
yeah, and how much processing power really goes into something like auto-tune. It's a lot more than you think. However, let's talk about computers and the idea that there has been so much mysticism around computers, and honestly, so much bullshit that lately, in the last few years, all of it has come to home to roost, and all of the old anecdotes that were part of the culture in PCs are now gone. It used to be that, oh, if you want to save money, build your own computer. Oh, if you don't want to buy brand markup, build your own computer. And this was true. This was true for a very, very long time.
Yeah, until like 2007 or so.
Yeah, and I personally got out of the PC game myself due to the idea that things were advancing at such a high rate and high cost that I did not want to keep up. And it's literally why I left the PC market. They started charging for online games that had never been charged for before, and I didn't want to be part of the culture anymore. I didn't want to be part of this whole thing, so I just quit. And I was like, I'm just going to be a console peasant. I don't care because 1080p is 1080p.
Right.
And, but it's 1080p with frames and drops in each. It's 1080p, dude.
That's how I feel too. Like, I'm happy with my consoles.
Yeah.
So whenever like then someone from the PC Master Race is like making fun of frame rate, and I'm just like, I'm sitting here and I'm just like, oh, how much was your computer? Oh, you custom built it and it cost $6,000. Well, I can do all this stuff on my $400 console that you actually do on your $6,000 computer.
Yeah, and so I kind of like.
I could watch sketchy videos on Microsoft Edge and not have to worry about a virus too. How about that?
no permanent storage, bitch.
Yeah, no cache data. What up?
So what I kind of wanted to talk about today was that it used to be that pre-built computers were the devil. Oh my God, never buy a pre-built. No, you'll never buy a pre-built. You'll never get quality parts, except that quality and name branding found themselves moving into the parts market. So now everything is branded.
Well, that plus
people will
back
spend
then,
$6,000 with it for a computer easily. Dr. Disrespect, who is a YouTuber now,
isn't his like $15,000?
His was a $25,000 computer.
Ridiculous. But also the whole like pre-builts are the devil and stuff really came around after PCs became more modular.
Way more modular, yeah.
Because in like 1999, you couldn't just go and buy a not Dell or Intel branded audio card. They didn't even really do graphics cards really then.
Back then, no.
Yeah,
it was
you couldn't just
board.
go and buy a not specific audio card
You had
and then
to buy
plug
a
it
Sound
in.
Blaster.
Yeah. That was the only one that would work on more than one type of computer.
Yeah, and you had to buy Sound Blaster. However, nowadays we have ROG, we have fucking oh my god,
MSI.
MSI, Eagle, Tough. Like there are so many goddamn brands right now that it's
Gigabyte,
redundant. Gigabyte is
NVIDIA.
also one of them. It honestly is essentially redundant when it comes to the idea that oh well, build your own computer, build your own computer. So what we're gonna do with Grave Robber here as our laser pointer, we're gonna build two different computers.
Yep.
We're gonna build a realistic one, and then we're gonna go. We're gonna swing for the fences first, just so we can blow Mike's mind. So here we go, Grave. I'm gonna pull up your screen.
Actually, I could even pull up a screen of PC Parts Picker real quick and show you that. Let me do that real quick because I put together two separate computers last night. Actually, one was a realistic build
showing up.
because it's minimized. One was a realistic build, and the other one was I literally just titled it "Holy shit." So let me go into StreamYard real quick, share because I'm learning how to do this. That's why I kind of
Oh, that's.
I know, yeah, I know.
No, I'm just gonna be like super zoomed in.
All right, so am I sharing the right thing?
So,
No, I'm not.
Mike, that is a
Am
beautiful,
I?
wonderful question. What is the purpose of all this shit? So let's actually get into this. No, the number one thing when you're going to build a computer or buy a computer, your number one question is, what am I going to be using it for? I have a $2,000 computer myself. The reason I have a $2,000 computer is because not only do I do voice acting, I do this podcast, I do a couple of other podcasts, and I do audio for. I do video editing, I do audio editing, and I do artwork and stuff like that with my new EdiPad, and I do a lot of stuff that requires a lot of power and stuff like that. But I also game on this a lot. I know. I use my Xbox as well because sometimes it's nice to just stretch out on the couch instead of being like in one of these like gaming chairs. You know what I mean? But
There we go. I figured it out.
when I find I need a game that just has to have a controller, I got my own controller right here, and it plugs directly into the PC. So when you're gonna buy a computer or when you're gonna build a computer, your first question is, what am I gonna use it for? Am I
Yeah.
gonna be using this for sound? Am I gonna be using this just as an all-around general purpose computer? Do I and then
Is
once
it
you
going to
have
be web browsing, video editing?
like once you have
Gaming.
answered and once you have answered that question, you now have your budget. Am I going to be using a gaming setup? Your computer budget starts at $1,000. Don't
Yeah,
ever
that's-
let anybody tell you differently. Don't ever let anybody fucking tell you differently. Oh well, you can build a computer for like $800. No, you can't. No, you
Well,
can't.
technically you can. Also, you can buy a car for $200.
Yeah. Well, the quality of it though. I think my uncle was murdered
My-
in this one.
Might be missing a couple parts and be covered with, Hep C positive hooker blood, but it was $200.
Oh god, that brings back a weird memory. Yeah. So the purpose of the computer we're gonna make is probably pretty much gonna be what I'm gonna be using it for. It's gonna be the same thing I use it for, which is multiple tasks. Primarily though, we're gonna go for a gaming setup, and this gaming setup is gonna be decently powered. We're gonna aim for about mid tier. We're not gonna go crazy. We're gonna go for mid tier, and then what we're gonna do is once we do that, I'm gonna show you guys just some pre-built prices, and we can compare. So
The purpose for the computer we're making really is just kind of to familiarize everyone with how it works. Like parts that you're gonna need in a computer. So this is the like realistic Intel build. I went with Intel instead of AMD just because.
now hold on, this is your realistic. This is still gonna be a lot because you are kind of going stupid with a couple of parts here.
Okay, I did intentionally go stupid with a few parts. because
This is a bad representation.
this is not really bad because this is what I would consider like a consumer grade high end.
I'd say this is high tier. This is not low end. This is not
Right, but
mid-grade.
it's still like a consumer grade. It's not like professional streamer like Insanity, you know?
No,
So this one, $4,600 right there.
that's $4,600 that he's going to pay, and we're going to go through each little piece here. We're not going to click on everything, but
Right.
there are two pieces that I want you to concentrate mostly on, where everybody says, "Oh, you can build a computer for like $800, $900." We're going to look
you
at two
need-
pieces of we're going to look at two pieces of real cost here, and one is the processor. And that is an Intel i9 12. Dude, that is high end. This is a bad example.
Do you want to see the holy shit build? The processor for that is like $7,000.
Like the newest game, Mike. This would run the newest game and the newest couple of games for the next 3 generations.
And that was my intent behind it too. I wanted to make like a future proof setup. Because Dead Man knows me. I'll keep a piece of tech until it literally does not function anymore.
Either way, this is a terrible example, and so but we're gonna use it anyways. An Intel i9 12900K 3.2 16 core processor. A lot of numbers, I know it's a lot of numbers, but I'm going to explain that real quick. The Intel Core i9 is essentially the generation. We're on the i9 series right now, so that is just the generation we're in. Really, all you're going to do is just so you can place that timeline. i9, latest one. The 12,900K 3.2 gigahertz, that's just essentially your operating speed and capability. That's your V6 or V8, and then or kind of like your horsepower, I guess I should say. That's more your horsepower. How much horsepower you're going to be putting out at the wheels. Your 16 core processors, though, this is more your V8s, your V12s, your V6s. How many valves and active cylinders you have in your processor. And this is a high end processor. This is a 16 core processor. So this is a higher end one. Now the price for this one is $598.98. Still a bit much because, like I said, this is not a good example of this.
Well, compared to this,
Hold on. So the second thing I want to point out is that since we started having shortages, and scalpers have figured out that one of the easiest things to scalp are video cards or GPUs, because some crypto prick said, "Well, if you want to mine, go buy all the GPUs. The GPUs make mining easy." No, they don't. They
no,
don't do it.
not these ones. The other GPUs, like the 2600As, do, but that's what they're for. Their
So this is
workstation.
an MSI GeForce RTX 3090 24GB Gaming X Trio video card. So once again, a lot of numbers, a lot of stuff you got to understand, and all of it's really easy. We're going to break it down for you real quick. That's MSI GeForce. That's just the brand.
Yeah, that's it.
I got an Eagle Gigabyte GeForce RTX in mine. So MSI is the brand. GeForce is the kind of like the label. RTX 3090 is your serial number, so that's your car model.
Yeah.
You know, that's your Impalas, your Chevy Cobalts, your
Yeah, so-
F-150s, F-250s.
If you picture like 3090 is like the model, right?
Yeah.
So 3090 is Camaro. You can get a regular 3090, but then the RTX turns it into an SS. The RTX is ray tracing capability,
Yeah.
if I understand it correctly.
No, you are. Yeah, that is correct. 24 gigabytes just means how much VRAM there is on this card, and 24 is a lot.
Now VRAM stands for what now?
Video.
Video random access memory.
Video random access memory. Now, all that does is allows your computer to process graphics, interfaces, gaming setups, or gaming at a much, much, much higher pace than usual. The higher the number of the gigabytes, the higher the game quality you're going to get. So you're gonna run a lot. You're gonna run a lot with this setup. This is literally a future-proof setup. Like I said, a terrible example of consumer grade, but
It's high-end consumer.
this is really high-end consumer. This is really high-end.
Well, my life's been kind of shit. I want to treat myself, all right?
Yeah, I know. Which is why I'm gonna open up the safe. Bitch has got a lot to say. Anyways,
I think literally that is just MSI's way of saying it has 3 fans.
pretty much, really.
Like,
Gaming X Trio, everything after 24 gigabyte is essentially just not. You can just throw that away.
yeah,
It's
superlatives.
Yeah, that's like the EG EV on a model of a car. It's like what level trim it is. It's not
Yeah,
really important.
it's like the difference between an F-150 Lariat and an F-150 High Country. It's the same shit.
yeah, it's the same shit. So
It's gonna function the same.
either way. So this is like I said, a really terrible example. I'd really like to get a normal example. And,
Okay, hold on. Let's see. Build guides. We're on Part Picker. Here we go.
Yeah.
Great AMD gaming build. And there's the list. $1,065.
1065. Let's take a look at what we have here. A Ryzen 5 is what I have. I have a Ryzen 5 in my computer. This is a Ryzen the 5. Once again, AMD is the brand. That's your GMC. Your Ryzen 5 is your model. That's your Camaro. Your 5600 3.7 gigahertz. Like I said, 6-core processor. All that stuff is just superlative. Just tells you how much horsepower and cylinders you got under the hood. I think I have that model. I'm not sure. Hold on.
And that's, I mean,
And that is a good, decent, middle of the road
Yeah.
build.
yeah. And then their gaming card, Radeon 6600 XT.
So this is a Radeon 6600 is also once again just brand versus labels versus all this other stuff. This is a decent card. It is not mid tier. I'd consider this more lower tier, but this is a decent card to start with.
It's entry level. It's like Honda Civic at the car meet,
Yeah, there you go. So
I mean, 8 gigs of VRAM though is a good deal, because honestly, the difference between 8 gigs of VRAM and 16 gigs of VRAM is almost nothing. As far as like Call of Duty Warzone, Fortnite, Legend of the Tomb Raider,
yeah,
even with
and it's
actual
gonna-
system RAM, it's not much of
Yeah.
a difference between 8 and 16.
and it is going to be just fine. Like don't ever let anybody try to sell you on some bullshit like, oh well, you're gonna need this and it. No, you're not. Like
That's kind of
it's-
cool though. You can see all the heat pipes.
I have an AMD Ryzen 5 3600, so I think I have the exact same one. Yeah, 6-core processor, 3.59 gigahertz. That's
Yeah.
mine.
There you go.
So let's take a look here. The Arctic Freeze CPU cooler. Don't really need it, but honestly, whatever.
And this is the basic way to cool your CPU chip.
Yeah.
In the build that I made, the Intel build, they used a closed loop AIO, which stands for all in one,
Yeah.
and that's like $300 compared to what a fan and a heatsink costs, $50.
Yeah, I'm telling you can find one cheaper. All right, so back. Let's go down to, this is going to be a 16 gigs of RAM, which is where you always want to start nowadays. Nowadays, you always want to start at 16 gigs. I know a lot of people are like, well, you can start at 8 or 12. No, 16. 16 is where you start. Solid state drives and so on and so forth. That's all just fancy talk. Like, you don't really need much else. But like I said, for a very basic entry level computer system, this is $1,000.
Yeah.
And this is, of course, you assemble it yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
You assemble it yourself. You don't. This does not come to your door in one piece.
Well, that, and the cool thing about like PC Part Picker is it has guides
Yeah.
on what plugs in where. Well, this is all just comments, but when you build a list, it'll have a guide of like what plugs in where.
Would there be parts you could salvage from
There
an
we
old
go.
build like fans? Yes,
Oh,
absolutely.
definitely fans.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
computer guys never throw anything away. Computer stuff, yes, yes.
I
don't
still
know
have-
what emojis you put.
I still have a bunch of like CPUs from all my grandparents' old computers. Oh, we're gonna throw it away. I'm like, well, I want to take the heart out of it.
Yeah,
And then, like, even here, this is an excellent gaming and streaming build, like a dual purpose build, and it's only $1,200.
$1,150.
Yeah.
Now, once again, we're here to just show you that this bullshit idea of build it yourself, you'll save so much money. All right, so that we've seen already 2 builds with decent quality and power. And I'm going to show you guys some pre-builds for around the same prices. But before we do that, let's see the holy shit build.
Oh, you want to see the holy shit
Let's
build?
show the holy shit build.
To show how out of control it can get. Mike, get ready for this, dude.
Yeah, Mike.
So we'll start with
Clutch
the-
your credit score now,
We'll start with the processor.
which is a AMD Threadripper 3990X 2.9 gigahertz 64 core processor. So once again, AMD brand Threadripper Camaro 3990X 2.9 gigahertz 64 cores is how many valves in the engine there are. This fucking thing will take you to the moon.
I think they
You can reach
actually
the
do.
moon. Yeah, on cruise control. This will take you to the moon. This will break the sound barrier.
And that's just for one piece.
And that's $7,000.
For a part that's about this big.
Does it jack me off? You can program it to. Yeah.
I'm sure you could. So there's that. And then what was the next one we did? The
And
graphics cards?
Let's look at the RAM. So this
Okay.
once again he went stupid with this. So 16, 32, 48, 54 gigabytes of RAM.
What? 128.
128. I'm very tired.
128 gigabytes.
Oh yeah,
of RAM.
32, 64. Yeah, okay. I fucked it up. I'm tired.
It's all right.
I'm tired.
It's
Leave me
all
alone. So once again, this is $369 each pair. There's 4 pairs of that.
I literally built it just because I wanted to see how expensive I could make this thing.
Let's scroll down. Let's go to next the
Look,
video card.
1, 2, 3, 4 terabytes drives.
4 terabyte. That's fine.
Yeah, but there's 12 terabytes in caches and then another 4 terabytes in SSD.
We know Dead Man can't read numbers. Shut up, baby.
And then this.
Welcome to the show.
2
This
of
is-
these bridged with SLI.
So this is once again NVIDIA brand GeForce RTX 3090 Ti is of course your Camaro. 24 gigs of this, and he has 2 of them set up to SLI into each other. SLI just means bridged together to work as one. So it's 48 gigabytes of video working in tandem with each other, and this is ridiculous because this is like when you do a workstation build, and once
Yeah.
again, workstations are a very specific niche of computers.
I built this and then started laughing because I had the idea of building this computer and then playing like Lawnmower Simulator on it.
Pissing everybody off.
Yes. Oh man.
So yeah, this is
Well, look at the
ridiculous.
motherboard price, dude.
$2,000.
$2,000 for that.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. And okay, I know Mike's itching to see the grand total. You ready? Should we show him, Dead Man?
Show him. Mike, total is $20,219.20. And once again, this does not come assembled to your door.
No. All these parts and pieces come separately in separate packaging, mind you. So you've got so many boxes to throw away. And also you have to figure out where to plug everything in.
Yeah. So that's fucking ridiculous.
I thought it was funny though.
So now let's look at just a couple of pre-builds here.
Are you pulling it up or do you want me?
I got it.
Okay. I know Walmart has their own like $1,000
Yeah, I buy
gaming
power.
computer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna take a
Bitwit
look
kind
at
of
it.
roasted it, but
How long do you think it will be useful? That setup that he just had, the $20,000 setup, that's going to be around for a long fucking time.
Yeah, that
that's like 2 or 3
$20,000
generations.
Like that's one you can pass down to your grandkids. Like,
Yeah, there's not going to be much invented after that. That's going to be like that powerful or need to be that powerful. But let's take a look at this here. So I have this on my second monitor, so that's why it's all squished.
oh, okay. Is that your one that's like this? It looks
Yeah,
like
it's a sideways
like
one.
the drink menu at a Red Robin.
Yeah, over 5 years. Yeah, about 5 to 10. Actually, about 10 years, Mike. So these are the graphics cards that everybody says is one of the problems getting. As you can see, a lot of these are sold out. Here's a 3060 right here. Another 3060, 3060, 3060. So either way. So let's take a look at some of the pre-built prices. And this is just ones with 3060s I had. So this is my tier of entry level. $1,099. And this is an Asus ROG gaming rig.
Republic of Gamers.
Republic of Gamers is what it means. Hold on. Let me see if I can drag this up here. I have to stare at this. I have to stare at the airplanes, as Grave Robber says.
That's what it looks like, dude.
So yeah, this is much better. So as you guys can see, this is $1,000, and this is assembled, and this has an Intel iCore. Once again, Intel Core. Your i7, which is what is Republic of Gamers? Just a brand.
Yeah.
i7 is the last generation of processors, but they're still really good. 16 gigs of memory and a GeForce 3060. So this is actually a really good entry computer, just like the same one we just saw, for $1,000.
Right.
And this one comes assembled with the case, and all you got to do is plug and play and go.
Yes.
And so all of this is pre-assembled. I know a lot of people are saying, "Oh, well, Intel isn't worth it anymore." I keep telling Grave Robber that, but he swears by Intel. So
Not really. It's just
Yeah, you do.
everybody
You have
does
a- you have-
AMD.
everybody does AMD, so I want to be different.
Okay,
this
you know
is an
what?
HP
Fine.
Omen.
I'll
once
admit it,
again.
Dead Man. You ready? Look at this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Intel Core i5 in my laptop. So yeah, maybe I like Intel.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's not Mac.
Neither is AMD.
I know.
So this is an HP Omen 30L, and this is an AMD Ryzen with 16 gigs and a 3060. Once again, really, really good entry. Really good entry PC for gaming and for getting into some basic video stuff. You know what I mean? Like this is if you're gonna stream, this is your basic setup. Where you're gonna go to from here, and this once again is $1,000, and comes with a cool glass case, all the fans. Look at that.
Looks like it has decent airflow.
Yeah. So, like all of this complete fucking myth that pre-built is just so much worse, and you can keep an eye on this. Once again, this is a Ryzen 5, AMD, NVIDIA GeForce 3060, a terabyte and 16 gigs, 1,200. Yeah, $1,100. And once again, this all comes pre-assembled with the RGB LTGBT lights.
LGBT lights.
And all of this comes included, like in the case. When you're part picking, like we were, you have to buy all of these individually. So
Yes.
as for one tank of gas, yeah, Mike. So like this is just like once again. So this myth, this ever encompassing myth that building a computer is much cheaper than buying one is now dead, and I am so happy it is because
Well, honestly, when it comes down to it, building a lot of things nowadays is not cheaper than buying it.
Yeah,
You could go buy like an AR from Walmart chambered in,
Yeah.
you know,
556
223
wild or 223
or
wild.
223 wild for like $500. But every time I try to build an AR, it doesn't cost me less than $700 ever.
Yeah.
Like,
No, yeah. And like I've looked
because
at
another
looked at
thing
theirs.
you don't a lot of people don't take into consideration is if you have to buy it piece by piece, you have to pay shipping piece by piece.
Yeah. And let's see, this is the last one we'll look at. This is a Republica Gaming desktop AMD Ryzen 7, so this is the current generation, 16 gigs and a 3060. And this one is I clicked on the picture. $1,200.
And how much did that cost, Mike?
I tried to build love with Carmen. Yeah, but you lived in Ohio and, I'm just saying.
It's cheaper to buy love with Mercedes. Oh.
That's why I drive a Kia.
Driving a Kia.
So this is once again just one of these things where we wanted to talk about computing and we wanted to talk about just this myth that has surrounded computers for such a long time, and that was from Best Buy. This is one I pulled up on Newegg, which is kind of like a good site to do, but also not really. So this
It's
one,
kind of like Amazon for more computer specific parts.
yeah. So this one is 1400, and this one has an Intel i7, which is the last generation, an RTX 3060 Ti, which is 16 gigs, DDR4, of course, is fine, and 1 terabyte hard drive. This one could use a little bit of upgrading, but this is fine. And when we come down here and click on this 3070, we'll see how it jumps up here. But 3060 Ti is a perfectly fine way to get into this. But like I said, depending on where you go, this is obviously still just a little bit cheaper than build it yourself. But let's take a look at this Amazon one. This is a 2022 HP Pavilion gaming desktop, Intel i5 with 1660. So this is bottom of the barrel.
Yeah.
This is
That's
bottom
like
of the barrel.
an oversized laptop without a screen.
Yeah. And this is $1,000.
I mean, they're getting peripherals and everything for $9.99. Like,
Yeah. And this is a 1660 Super. So this is a really old brand. Still a GeForce GTX, but woo, that 1660 is just wow.
considering they're in the 30 series right now.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course we can, click on other stuff and upgrade it, but this is stuff that once again, even if you were to buy a 1660 right now from one of those websites, from those part pickers, you're still going to pay around $1,000 for everything else involved in this build itself. So this whole fucking myth that I saw you looking at the computers, you're building your own computer is so much easier and cheaper than it is to just buy one outright. You can tell them that VT Network says to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And that you're not going to bother trying to learn shit on possibly breaking a $400 or $500 part trying to put the shit together.
Yeah.
You're just going to let some fucking asshole in Canada put it all together for you and stuff it in a box and send it to you.
And get a 3-year limited warranty.
Yeah. and get warranty, yeah.
You don't get warranties when you do it part by part.
No,
you get warranties on the
individual
part.
warranties, yeah.
Yeah.
Individual warranties don't add up for shit, by the way, because the second you install it, you have half your warranty, because you aren't an installer, you aren't somebody who is certified through their services, so you're fucked. Thinking of computers like a car,
Yeah, basically.
it's your utility. How are you going to use this car? Can you buy an old one and fix it up? So that's
little bit.
that's also within reason if you are within a certain generation. Just like with cars. You can buy up to, like, we started getting ECUs and stuff like that. and really difficult computer components. Up until we got to that part, yeah, you could absolutely buy an older car, fix it up, and you can still do the same with an older car, but with the computer, not exactly the same. But you can buy a standard one like that one, the one we just showed you for $1,200 with the or the $1,000. You can buy an entry one. You can buy a Honda Civic and then make it fast and furious by just upgrading parts as you go, which is what I've done with my computer. Like my
But
next,
also, when you're upgrading parts, you kind of want to look at which parts to upgrade in a specific order. Because let's say you buy $1,000 pre-build, and then you decide, hey, I just won $2,000 on a scratcher. I'm gonna get an NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3090 Ti.
yeah,
You're not gonna get any more power out of it if you don't, if your motherboard and your CPU can't actually process it, and that's what's called bottlenecking.
yeah.
Like you're giving it all the gas you got, but you upgraded your motor, but not the carburetor. It's not going to work.
Yeah, you need to upgrade a lot of other stuff to get it to feed it the fuel it needs to go.
Yeah.
But I hope this was educational for you guys. I really do. As far as and honestly, if you're not looking to game or you're not looking to do anything super complicated,
Yeah, if
don't
you're just doing
don't
web
let-
browsing.
yeah, don't let them sell you on any bullshit. Don't spend more than a fucking one on a scratcher, Florida.
That's how it goes.
Don't let them sell you on something like, oh well, do you want to fucking still see the moon? And no, dude, spend $200-300 on a fucking Chromebook. You're not
Yeah.
gonna need that. You're not
For
gonna need-
general web browsing, my laptop is perfect. The one that I
Yeah.
am streaming off of now, and it was like $380.
after rebate.
Yeah, that's it. I think it was
So-
like $430 before rebate. But yeah, it was easy.
Yeah, but don't let them sell you on this bullshit. Don't let them. Oh, you're gonna need fucking so and so if you're gonna want to, you just look at them straight in the eye and be like, I need Pornhub and email.
That's it.
That's all I'm doing. That's all I'm doing with my computers. Pornhub and email. Trust me, they're gonna want to get you out of there as quickly as possible. Decide on the screen size. That's it. You don't need anything else.
Yeah.
You really don't need nothing else. And when it comes to work and stuff like that, if you're going to be designing or graphics designing or anything else like that, buy a workstation.
Well,
If
I
you're
mean,
gonna
it
be doing-
depends. I have
No,
a basic CAD program on my laptop, and it runs fine.
Yeah, basic CAD. Wait until you try to render.
Well,
That's when your computer's going to get up and go, well, that's
Yeah.
all I got.
no, I only downloaded a CAD for working 2D anyway because I wanted to design stuff for the plasma cutter at work. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, yeah, if you're going to be doing very specific stuff, buy a workstation. I
Yeah.
know I know so many people are like, well, you can just build. No. If you want to see the chronicles of building your own workstation, go look up Freddie Wong's channel, Rocket Jump, and see their whole editing process through Video Game High School. They literally went through thousands of dollars of computers because they thought, oh, well, we're going to switch from Mac to Windows. And on the Windows, we can, of course, just upgrade stuff. And they ended up burning out so many video cards. And because they were just like, well, okay, we need to call in an expert. They called HP. HP was like, you're trying to do what on what? And they were like, yeah, we're trying to edit an entire fucking TV show on some home-built fucking gaming rig type things. And they were like, no.
Oh, you're
We're gonna
running
s-
Daytona in a Fiat. Good luck with that.
Yeah, no shit, right? So we're gonna send you some fucking workstations, and that's what you're gonna use to edit. And that's exactly what happened. They got sent workstations, which are work specific for video editing and audio editing. So there is an application for computers that are that expensive. However, don't get sold on that shit. If you have a niece or a nephew or a son or everybody else or anybody else that's wanting to like, oh, I want a gaming PC, share them with them the reality that you're not gonna spend that kind of money on playing Minecraft.
Yeah. Well, that plus if they're like, I want a gaming PC, but I want to build it myself. I just had the idea too. Instead of going part by part, why don't I just get a pre-built that I assemble because NZXT has the build series kits.
Yeah.
And I was checking it out, and even their high end gaming streaming build series is $2,500. Comes with a Ryzen 7 and a 3080 Ti.
Oh, wow.
That's not bad.
NZXT build. All right, hold on a second.
Yeah, the NZXT. What was it I was looking at? Because you were talking, but I couldn't focus, so I had to start something else in order to focus. The one I pulled up was Streaming Pro Build Kit.
Why can't I find it?
Hold on. Here, I'll just send you the URL in the chat. There you go.
Thank you. I have a great chip in my computer. It's a Dorito. You might want to look at taking that out.
I mean, Pringle is definitely going to run you a little bit better, but technically it's not a chip. It's more of a crisp.
And they're delicious.
They are delicious.
All right, so let's see.
I like the structure and stackability and the reliability of the size, shape, and overall flavor coating of Pringles versus most other actual chips. It's reliable.
It's reliable. So this is that build kit. Once again, saves you a lot of money doing it yourself, but I guarantee you that it's whatever.
And this is all of this is the high end version, like the highest tier they have, right? But you know all the parts are compatible and it's already got an OS on it.
Yeah. So this is a Ryzen 7, which is current, really good, 5800, 3080 Ti, which is also really good, and 32 gigs of RAM, which is also really good. An M.2, 1 terabyte. So this is actually really good. This is their high-end PC at $2,500, and we're gonna look at the Streaming Pro, $1,249.
Yep. Starter Pro. Yeah.
And this is a 3060 Ti, an Intel Core i5, and 16 gigs. This is actually decent prices. I'm not gonna lie. This is decent.
And
prices.
you still get the satisfaction of snapping everything into place yourself.
Yeah. So this is actually kind of cool. I do appreciate these prices. We're gonna look at the Streaming Plus build real quick. It's a 3070. It's not bad. Ryzen 5.
That's kind of like
16 gigs.
what you're running right now.
That's
Huh?
kind of what I'm running. Yeah.
Yeah. Fortnite at 280 frames. Why?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, dude. 3080 Ti. I love that though.
That's the one. You know, I might just do that.
That's
Then
what
I don't
I'm
have
looking
to
at.
shop around. I don't have to spend double that. You know, I know it's all going to come in one gigantic box full of smaller boxes. And I get that epic, like, coffee table book of how to put together a computer. I mean, I pretty much kind of have the idea anyway.
Yeah, I'd say do that. I'd say
Yeah.
do that for that price and like what you're getting. That's really
Yeah.
good.
I think I want
Is
to
there
get
a decent laptop for under 500? Absolutely. Once
Yeah, the one I got
YouTube
is-
and email.
the one I got's great. It's the, what is it? Acer Aspire 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, and apparently I got the upgraded one, and it was still like right around $400 because mine actually comes with 8 gigs of RAM instead of 4.
Which is good for a laptop.
It is good.
Pornhub and email. So there you go.
I don't do porn on the laptop though, because I'm worried that something will affect the stream. So I literally don't do porn on this computer.
I love it. But thank you guys for joining us for the Friday show. We hope you learned something. We really do. If you have any questions about this kind of stuff, or you feel confused, or you want to help with purchasing stuff like that, or even with cell phones and stuff like that, you want a little bit of a tech guide, and you feel comfortable reaching out to us, or you know people that want a little bit of a tech guide, and they want to reach out to us, fucking let them know. let them know. VTNetwork84@gmail.com or VTNetwork2 on all our social medias. We're still looking to try to get to 15 patrons, so that's on you guys. 15 patrons, and we unlock the new level, and you get so much more stuff, including karaoke nights with all three of us. Where do you porn? Hanima.com.
Right here. The same device I make phone calls with. How does that make everyone feel?
Fucking take a black light to it. I dare you, bud. But anyways.
No, that's why I got the pop socket, so I can still operate it one-handed.
Oh, no.
Or if I need to, I can like set it on the nightstand
There
like
you
that.
go. If I can figure out your email, I will try. Well, please do, Mike. We love your emails. But we're going to get the fuck out of here. Thank you all for joining us. We will see you Sunday, where we got a whole lot of stuff to cover. And Grave Robber is watching some movies, so we're going to get a review.
Yeah, and Freddy's Nightmares is on Tubi, so I've been watching that as well.
All right. We're getting the fuck out of here.